Okay, we're joined right now by retired Army Lieutenant Colonel Daniel Davis. Thank you so much, Colonel, for being with us. What is Xi's trip really about? What's the real concern the West should have right now?
The primary purpose of this meeting is basically to expand, a counterweight to the United States, because both China and Russia are feeling pressured, and certainly they're both under heavy sanctions and other trade limitations and et cetera, and pressure by the United States, and they're trying to put together a counterweight against the United States. And especially China is putting a lot more emphasis in its diplomacy around the world, as we just saw in the Middle East with a pretty major deal between Saudi Arabia and Iran. And they're also working very heavily. Actually, both countries are working heavily in South America, as well as Africa and the Middle East as well. So they're trying to paint themselves as a counterbalance that's actually got other people's interests in mind instead of just the United States.
But how does the United States show strength without flinching with China strengthening those ties?
The United States is going to continue to do the things that it has been, but we do have to be careful that we don't go too far in the direction of always using military force or the threat of military force to make things happen. You just saw that Kirby right there is just, no, we won't even talk about a ceasefire, because that ratifies. Look, a ceasefire is just a ceasefire. It doesn't ratify anything. It's a necessary precondition to having any kind of negotiated settlement. And if we keep positioning ourselves on something that doesn't even talk peace, while Russia and China at least claim to talk peace, that could make some in the rest of the world think, maybe we should consider other alternatives. And that's the thing we have to be careful about.
Well, we have this recent arrest warrant issued by the ICC of President Vladimir Putin for war crimes, including essentially kidnapping children by deporting them. But what was the point of that? It's not enforceable.
Right. Yeah. I mean, the United States ourselves, China, India, Russia, none of them are members of the ICC. So it bears no real weight there. Though you did have the German government come out saying, yes, if Putin lands here, we'll arrest him because they are a party to the ICC. But in reality, it's really just a public relations ploy to continue to paint Russia in a negative light, to make him look bad, just like Xi Jinping is trying to make Putin look good with his state visit. We're doing the opposite thing, and this is just more of the tit for tat going back and forth between the two sides, I think.
A war of words. Lieutenant Colonel Daniel Davis, thank you so much.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.